Welcome back to Sea Power. Today we're playing Strike on Panama, a fictitious 1989 episode created by one of our fellow users here, and we're going to get right into it. Let's take a look at what we have. Our objective is to find a headquarters in Panama and destroy it. We know that there are two naval formations somewhere in the vicinity. We have the support of an Air Force E-3A. We have Tommy here. Tommy is an SSN. He is 688, looks like. And then we have our carrier strike group, which is made up of a cruiser, a frigate, and a couple destroyers. This is actually a really nice mix. I kind of like this. So this is the Brisbane Belknap, rather, style of ship. It's got some Tomahawk launchers here on the back for land attack. So once we identify target, we can use them to take it out. What we're going to do to begin with is go right to the carrier with the game paused and begin launching our air cover. So we have both types of F-14s, Alpha and Bravo. So we're going to, the Bravo is the Bombcat, which is very nice. We'll be taking full advantage of that. So I'm going to do air-to-air heavy, which gives us an additional Sparrows. So those will be very effective. We're going to launch 2 flights of them, and between flights I always unpause it because I don't want to confuse the game by giving it too many orders all at once. Okay, and then finally, on station. The third one, 3 flights of F-14s. I'm going to bring my E-3 back towards our carrier. I don't like it out here by itself without any protection.
Air, surface,
let's get the speed up to max speed. With the submarine, we're going to deploy the towed array. And we'll have him cross the channel like that. Now I'm going to do something a little bit different today. I want to show you this. Whenever you play a scenario, pay attention to the description in the scenario. Do what you have to do to meet the objectives. None of our objectives require us to go this near shore with an aircraft carrier. Going this near shore with an aircraft carrier is not smart. So once we get the initial air cap off the deck, which we are starting now, let's go and select it. Let's go and select it. Let's go and select it. It won't select, and I don't know why. This game is broken. Let's grab it. There we go. Okay. Once we get these aircraft off the deck, we're going to go ahead and turn the carrier strike group, is what I'm trying to say. There we go. So we got 1. So we're going to get all 6 of these up. These are 3 different flights. You want to be very careful. You do not give these airplanes any orders until they are in the air. If you give orders on the deck, there's a good chance that you will confuse the game and it will never take off. Okay. Now that flight 1 is in the air, we're going to tell it to go.
Roger. Turn 3, 1.
I just give it to any direction.
Roger.
20,000 feet.
Altitude 2, 0, 0, 0, 0.
Okay. I'm going to have him come up here.
3, 3, 4.
We're going to go to flight equal flight 3. Looks like we're just doing odd numbers today. Verify they are in the air. And they are formed up, it looks like. Yes.
Roger.
Have them go straight ahead.
0, 0, 2.
Get them up to 20,000 feet.
Roger. Go to altitude 2, 0,
All right, our third flight.
0, 0. New air. Contact detected.
They're not quite in the air yet. Let's
Contact
wait.
detected.
Let's have some patience. We really need to get this carrier turned around, but you don't want to do that while it's doing air ops because you don't know what's going to happen if you do that. Okay, air ops are done, and you can always check this by clicking on the carrier going to flight deck, and this queue should be empty. If this is empty, you can turn the carrier with no problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the whole carrier strike group turn around.
Turn to course.
The whole thing.
0, 4. Hell my.
Yep, just get the heck out of there. We don't want to be in this bay at all with an aircraft carrier. It's silly. All right. Now let's start classifying contacts. We have a group of fishing boats over here, assume fishing boats. We're doing 12 knots. So those are transiting fishing boats. That's kind of suspicious. This is a 4-knot boat. A 4-knot boat would be a fishing boat, 5 knots. And the fact that they're doing different speeds is good, so they're not working together. So I'm not too worried about them. This one here is 12 knot. 12 knot. So this is a formation. This could be one of our hostile naval groups. We'll have to verify that. We do have a couple of airplanes coming in. This one is 686 knots. It's definitely hostile. I'm basing that off of speed, and he's coming right for my E3. This one is 459 knots. It's a very common speed for an Airbus or a civilian airliner. So I'm going to call him neutral. Over here we have 532. That's kind of in between. It's a little fast for an Airbus. How many are there? Multiple contacts. So Airbus don't fly in formation. I'm going to call him hostile. Okay. So let's grab Eagle Flight 1. Let's get them up to
Multiple air
37,000.
contacts
Let me turn on their sensors.
detected. Air search on.
Same with you.
High.
We're not trying to hide here.
I'm in hot, dropping tanks.
Okay.
I'm in hot, dropping tanks. Roger. Turn 0, 2, 1. Roger. Go to altitude 2, 0, 0, 0, 0. Engage track 7.
So we're going to start popping off these guys.
1. Fox 1. Engaging track 7, 0, 3, 3. New air contact detected. Fox 1.
All right, so they're already coming at us with multiple air groups, looks like, from different directions. So these are radar guided missiles, so the aircraft needs to keep the target illuminated during the entire flight.
On station. Splash track 7, 0, 2, 1. Engaging track 7, 0, 3, 4. Fox 1. Fox 1. Fox 1.
Lots of Foxes going out.
Track 7, 0, 3, 4. Fox 1. Track 7, 0. Bandits, new air.
All right, this flight has
contact
been
detected.
eliminated. Excellent. Good work, boys. Let's get them back into formation.
Roger. Turn 0, 4, 3.
So we do have another flight
Turn
coming in from
0,
the
4,
northeast.
2. New air contact detected. Engaging track 7, 0, 3, 1. Engage track 7, 0, 4, 5.
Mark him as hostile.
Engage track 7. Fox 1.
Well, these guys are coming at us hard early in the game. This is why you want to bring the AIM 7 Sparrows. Sparrows are very long range compared to the Sidewinder, and they have a huge warhead, so they have a really good chance to damage the aircraft if they miss.
Bandits, bandits.
Like so.
Fox 1. Engage track Fox 1. Engage track 7, 0, 3, 1. Track 7, 0. Kill track 7, 0, 3, 0.
I just set him to weapons free so he can engage these a little bit faster on his own.
Contact detected. Track 7,
Good hit,
0,
good hit.
2, 3 is history. New air contact detected. Engage track 7. Fox 1.
This enemy missile just went by.
Missile launch. Missile. We've been out of control. Eject. Eject.
All right, so we did lose one. I don't know why the same 7's going that way. That's
On
very
station. Roger. Turn 3, 5, 1.
odd. Okay, now that we've got the fleet turned around, we are going to launch our own E2, an EA6 for electronic warfare, some A7s for identification.
On station.
Okay, so we lost one Tomcat in that fight. We shot down 8 MiG-21 BIS, lost one F-14
On station.
in the process.
On station.
Now we're doing some air ops. Now the group is headed away from land. We're headed
On
west,
station.
essentially. We'll get these aircraft up. Here comes another flight, it looks like. Okay, let's get Fast Eagle Flight 1 back
Roger.
here.
Turn 2, 1, 0.
Fast Eagle Flight
Track.
3 back
Roger.
here.
Turn 2, 1, 4.
Flight 5 back here.
Roger. Turn 2, 0.
So here we have 686. Yeah, lots of aircraft coming in. These are all hostile. All right, so what do we have here? We have a fishing group, 17 knots. These guys are not fishing. 9 knots, transiting. So the Panama Canal is like right here. It's actually like right over here. So this would be an anchorage, or ships that just came through the Panama Canal would continue going. But there is also an anchorage of ships waiting to go the other way. But none of these ships are
New
stopped.
ground contact
So it looks
detected.
like a 9 knot is a shipping lane.
Multiple
So
hostile ground
all of these
surface
guys are in this
contacts
shipping lane.
detected.
I'm going to call them neutral for now. Based on their direction of speed, they're not really in a formation. Like this is a formation right here. Centered, it's like a oval. And these guys are doing 17 knots. These guys are definitely transiting. That doesn't necessarily make them hostile. I don't know who they are. But they're definitely not merchants. 9 knots. I mean, who's this guy now? Yeah, anyone doing 9 knots is the same. So I'm going to go ahead and call these guys neutral. Oh, hey, here we go. We got a P-10 long-range air search radar. Oh, and what's this? A Cashin. So Cashin just lit off
On
his
station.
radars.
On
see.
station.
That's the E3. We have a lot of people on station now. This is good. Streetcar. Streetcar in the air? He is. I always verify that they're in the air before I give them orders.
Roger. Turn 1, 3.
Because you never
4.
know. All right, let's get Rook. Let's get him over here
Roger. Turn 0, 8, 7.
and get him up to 10,000 feet.
Roger. Go to altitude 1, 0, 0, 0. Roger. Turn 2, 5, 6.
And get him up to 30,000 feet.
Roger. Go to altitude
And turn
3,
on his
0.
sensors.
Air search on. Radar eye. Roger. Turn 1, 9, 3.
So now we have 2 aerial long-range AWACS, essentially. Oh, that guy's already been identified a merchant. Let's see if this guy will identify himself. Same with this guy.
Track 7, 0, 2, 0.
Oh, it's a trawler.
Is
Okay.
classified. Neutral. Merchant.
So these guys are all working together, so I'm going to call them hostile. If they were different speeds, I would not be doing this. Because you could have one warship going through a bunch of trawlers or fishing boats. But these guys are all going the same direction at the same speed. I don't know about this group here. We can ask them to identify themselves. We'll see what they say. All right, how many weapons are we talking about here? We have Fast Eagle Flight 1 still has 5 of the Sparrows. Flight 3 has 2 Sparrows. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and have these guys engage.
Engage track 7051. Engage track 7050. Engage track 7053. Engage track 704.
So Flight 3 only has 2 weapons remaining that are not short range. So they're going to fire their 2 weapons in RTB. That's why I'm taking Fast Eagle Flight 5. These 2 right here who have a full complement of AIM 7s to back them up. So as they retreat, these 2 will take their place.
Bandits. Bandits.
Is that a missile? No, okay. So now we're just waiting to get within engagement range. These guys will shoot first.
Fox 1. Fox 1.
Awesome. So hopefully we get 2 kills here. If we don't, this could get a little hairy.
Fox 1.
Alright, so we got 4 birds on 4 targets right now. We'll see what our hit ratio is here in just a second.
Track 705.
One's down.
Fox 1. Track 7
Awesome. 2 for 2.
Roger, RTB.
Alright, his wingman's RTB because he is Winchester.
Track 705.
We're 3 for 3.
Is toast. Track
4 for 4. Excellent. Good work.
7 is toast.
That was very fortunate for us.
Roger, turn 216.
Let's keep you guys.
Roger, go to altitude.
So Fast Eagle Flight 5 is going to loiter.
000.
Let's make sure these guys are at 20,000.
Roger, go to altitude. Roger, turn 2.
Fast Eagle Flight 1, he's down to 1 ship, so I'm going to have him RTB.
Roger, RTB.
So we have 2 flights of F-14s between us and them. Now, if these guys start shooting at us, we're going to want some cover there. So let's move Fast Eagle Flight 5 down here just a little bit, kind of in between us here. Rook is going to start jamming them. Let's jam the cash in.
Engage track 7. Roger.
We need to get a little bit closer for that.
077. On station. Roger, turn 3. Roger, turn. On station. On station. Roger, go to
All right.
on station.
No. What is going on? I just gave him the wrong order. Shoot. Streetcar 1. You need to navigate up to 20,000
Roger,
feet.
go to altitude 2000.
So Streetcar is going to attack this radar over here. Let me just make sure there's no more air contacts. So Streetcar is an A7, and I've loaded him out with some additional anti-radar missiles. So he's a single ship. Even though it's a plane, we call it single ship. And he's got 4 anti-radar missiles. He's going to shoot all 4 at this one radar. This is a long-range air search radar that's illuminating our planes. I want that to stop. So we're going to stop it with this Streetcar guy. Also, we need to start putting more heads on these, at least on the caching. All right, let's go here. Let's go to flight deck. Let's go to A6. A6 is going to launch anti-ship heavy, which is 4 harpoons instead of 2. And we'll do a 4 ship there.
On station.
Okay, let's check on our submarine here. I'll tell you what, I have the submarine's kind of useless right now because we don't have any close contacts with Total Ray out. I'm going to have him come up and do ECM. or ESM. I'll make him a little bit more useful here. So we'll tell him navigate to periscope depth.
Make my depth 3, 6. Dive I.
Come into periscope depth of the towed array is fine. There's nothing wrong with doing that. In case you were wondering if that makes a difference, it does not. These guys are RTBing. I love the F-14. It's a beautiful plane. Definitely the best plane of its era in terms of certainly air dominance. And then they began adding other capabilities to it right before they canceled the program. But yeah, beautiful plane. Alright, so our raider planes are up here doing their thing. Nothing, you want these guys to have a very boring game experience. There should be no excitement at all on board this plane. If there is, you're not winning. Yeah. I do love that they gave us the Air Force plane. This is a much more powerful radar than our little AWACS is. And these two working together, you don't want them... I have them a little bit closer than I like. You want to have some bearing separation between these two because they're going to be comparing contacts. And so, you know, I can move him over here a little bit.
3, 2, 8.
And I can move him...
Roger, turn.
I just want to be careful I don't get the E3 within missile range of whatever these ships are. We know we have a cash-in, but we don't know what these other ones are. So, let's see if we have our A6s on station yet. Looks like not on station yet. So you want to be careful not to give them an order until all four are in the air. And you'll know that because right there, they'll say on station. Once they say that, you know that they're in the air. Yep, there they are. So this is Ray Gun Flight 1. It's a very short flight. They're just going to come over here.
Roger, turn 0, 8.
There's no collateral targets, so there's no chance that we're going to hit a merchant or anything. And I'm going to break this attack up into two different things. We don't know the classification specifically of these radar echoes. We just know that they're hostile. So I'm going to shoot a large quantity of harpoons at the cash-in, and these three should attempt to defend the cash-in from the attack. When they illuminate their fire control radars, we'll know exactly who they are. There's the other two. So it's a flight of 4. Very short flight. These guys did not need a full tank of gas. All they need to do is get in the air. And I just want to make sure that I don't accidentally clip this island, this little bit of land right here. So we're going to get right to about here. And once they say on station, we're going to shoot. Let's make sure that we don't have any other aircraft coming in. I don't see any. This radar is off our scope, too. That's interesting. Wonder why that is. So this guy's going to target that radar, which means he's going to have to trigger it. And we'll do that by provoking it by getting close, essentially. Yeah, the A7, very interesting plane. One pilot, very busy man. He does the job of what 2 people do in the A6. These are little cluster bombs. He does have some self-defense air-to-air missiles here. I can't imagine how loud that must be when that thing fires off. It's like right next to the pilot. That's nuts. And these big missiles here, these look like AMRAAMs, but they're not. These are the Shrikes, anti-radiation missiles. I've never been a real fan of the A7, but people who like it are very devout. So you don't want to get in a shouting match with anybody that likes this plane, man. It has a very strong following for those that do like it. It's okay. That's how I feel about it. Okay, so this guy's in the pattern. Ray gun. We're just a few minutes away from being on station here.
On station.
There they go. Oh no, that was the E3 that just made that call. A little bit of serendipity there. These guys are not on station just yet. They're very close though. Missile formation. That's great. I am kind of a fan of the A6. Alright, so they're going to go into an orbit until I tell them to attack. The way that I do this, or I'm going to do this one, I should say, is I know one for sure, the classification of. He's in the center, of course. So I have to shoot past this contact. Now, we have 4 weapons, and if you take the flight lead and say engage, every plane in the flight will do whatever you tell it to do here. So I could shoot every missile on all my planes by hitting salvo 4. Don't do that. So if I hit single shot, because I have 4 planes, 4 harpoons are going to shoot. I'm just going to click on it.
Engaging track 7, 0,
So all 4 turn,
0,
and all 4 will
6.
loose 1.
On station. Whip it away.
There they go. They should turn away. We're going to verify that they did. Yes. Excellent. Now, what we want to watch here is we want to look for fire control radars. And the way we'll see that is we'll have some red wedges coming out from our airplanes because our ESM systems that are searching or looking for radars will begin alerting. And that will tell us the classification of these contacts based on their fire control. Probably Bass Tilt is what I expect, which is going to be a point defense radar. And Bass Tilt will be on pretty much, well, okay. You can't classify a contact off that one because it's on every single Russian or Soviet era ship, from the smallest ones to the biggest ones. That's what controls their point defense weapons, and they all have point defense weapons. So the way we're classifying the cash-in is off its search radars. But these other guys are dark. And the only reason why we think they're hostile is because I've labeled them that way. We really don't know. Alright, so here's Streetcar. Actually, I'm gonna have him loiter for now, make sure he's not being shot at. There is anti-air artillery on land here. I'm sure. We haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure it's there. I just don't want him to get shot while we're waiting on these harpoons to attack. So yeah, there's no more aircraft coming out of Panama. That's interesting. There was 3 flights total. Total of 12 MiG-21 bis. That's pretty realistic. We probably shot down most of the Panamanian Air Force. Because, you know, you may be saying to yourself, well, they probably had more than 12 planes. Well, yeah, but not all 12 planes are serviceable or all planes in the entire Air Force are serviceable in any Air Force. There's always somebody down for maintenance. Somebody's just not ready. You know, we may get another flight, another attack later on because they're fueling up whoever they had in the hangar. That may happen, but having 12 on the ready line or in the air like they did is very realistic. So we can see the cash-in. We don't see the other planes because we haven't, or ships because we haven't classified them yet.
New ground contact detected.
And hopefully they light off the radars.
Track 706.
I don't see any wedges yet.
Is classified. Hostile radar.
Okay, so that's from Streetcar 1. So they did get 1 harpoon missile there. That's what that is. Now they're adjusting fire. Oh, wow, they got the other one. Holy smokes. These guys are good shots.
Hit track 700.
Okay, we got 2 out of 4 hits. Did anybody else light off the radars? No, they didn't. Interesting. Okay, I want you to engage all 4 strikes, salvo of 4, on him.
Engage track 70.
We're going to watch this attack, because this is pretty cool.
Salvo fire.
Trying to engage. He's a little bit out of range. I do want to check one thing here.
Whip it away. Whip it away.
Excellent. Now those don't need any guidance whatsoever from the aircraft. So I'm going to have him turn away.
Roger. Turn
Back to here.
1, 4, 3.
Let's go back to ray gun 5. Okay, so the cash-in did sink. I'm going to go ahead and do a single shot attack on this guy.
Engaging track 7009.
So we're turning all 4 of these guys back around. They weren't in a very tight formation, but
Whip it away.
it should work. Hopefully you don't hit them, jeez. That was an unsafe pass, my friend. I'll have to have a safety stand down. Jeez, you guys put on an air show over here. Almost had air to air.
7061.
Okay, so ray gun, let's have them form up.
Roger. Turn 09.
Okay, we did take out the radar. There it is, it's on fire. Yep. That was a knife rest radar. The knife rest is the Chinese name for it. Okay, so that is toast. Alright, so we want you to come over here. We're going to, yeah, these guys, I don't know, 17 knots. They're acting like a hostile fleet. They're maneuvering through this shipping fleet here. They're going too fast to be fishermen. If they were pleasure craft, they wouldn't be in formation. And if they were merchants, they would not be transiting against the traffic flow here. So I'm very concerned. I'm pretty sure those are hostile. Now, I am kind of taking a chance here. We don't have a specific classification on this radar. So we're going to find out if this is a fishing boat here in just a second. I really don't think it is, which is why I shot these missiles. It's not Wednesday, so gotta be careful. Again, we don't see it because it's not classified, but it's basically right below us.
On station.
It's not even shooting back, which is odd.
Hit track 7009. Track 7009.
Okay, it is a warship.
09 is classified. Hostile warship.
Alright, so we guessed right. Let's go ahead and take out the next one. I'm just being very deliberate with these attacks. You can do this all at once if you wanted to.
Engaging track 70.
So it's called a Zuki.
7.
It's a little patrol boat. It's got a gun on the front and the back.
Whip it away.
Alright, everybody's got one harpoon left. Try not to collide with each other, gentlemen. I don't like this unsafe distance that they're practicing here. Oof. Okay, I guess they know what they're doing, so.
Roger. Turn 293.
So I'm going to have them form up right off the bow of this last ship and shoot it.
On station.
Alright, we're going to try and get these guys to light off our radar.
Roger.
So So I'm going to take streetcar and try and get close. We're going to stay up at 20,000 feet. Let's see, we'll see if we can trigger any kind of air search radar, anything to assure me that these guys are warships, because I'm pretty sure they are. They're not merchants and they're not fishermen, so the only thing left is that it's a formation of warships. Wow. There it is, there it is. Turn away.
4-1. Roger. Turn 083.
Okay.
Track 7007. Track 7007 is classified. Hostile warship. Engaging track 7008. Whip it away. Roger, RTB.
Okay, everybody's going to RTB now. So these guys are inside this merchant group. I'm not going to attack them until they get away from these merchants. They may choose to stay near them to use them as cover, human shields essentially. And I'll deal with that if that's what they decide to do. This is the harpoon attack on the last unknown hostile ship over here. It's probably another patrol boat. The reason why we're not seeing radar emissions from it is it may not have a radar, honestly. This ship here, yeah, it's got a navigation radar, which we're not seeing as a fire control radar, so there's no way to classify it. Honestly, he doesn't even see these missiles incoming, which is why he's not shooting at them. Yeah. He has no air search radar. He has no idea. That's that little island I was trying to not hit.
02 is classified. Hostile warship.
All right, I think Streetcar 1 might be being engaged, but we're going to watch this attack first. Oh, there we go. He sees it now.
7-0.
So they visually saw the missiles and started shooting it. All four hit this little boat. That's a different one. This is a T-43.
Hostile warship.
All right, we'll look at that in just a second. I got to make sure that we're not being shot at here. All right, so good job, Streetcar. I'm going to keep him in the area.
Turn 2.
Bear's good. Let's get the E3 right here.
Turn 013.
Keep our Air Force asset close. Let's make sure that, yeah, his radar is on. Let's see. These guys are coming back in. So now we got to, we kind of have to figure out who these guys are. We know they're hostile. I think what we can do is, let's take a look at our bombcats. I really want to use these bombcats. This F-14 Bravo, we have 8 of them. And of course they can do air-to-air, but they also have this ability to do precision strike. So they can do anti-tank.
Track 7004 is classified. Hostile warship.
So all 5 of those we've classified now as warships. Obviously you can't bomb a warship, you'll get shot down. So we are going to have to use a standoff weapon, which means we will have to use the A6s. Let's see what the A7s have for us. was thinking I could shoot anti-radiation missiles at them if they have their radars lit off. So let's do that. Let's go with SEAD Heavy. I want a 2-ship here. Let's launch that.
On station.
And obviously they're not lighting off their radars, so I need to provoke them to do that.
On station.
If I go to information here, it should tell me what we have on them. So Rook 1 has an ESM sensor of no history. The E3 is tracking them. And it looks like we have... Oh my gosh. So we know it's a vessel. It's a small vessel. Pop group. Base tilt. Could be a Grisha. It doesn't really matter because we don't have any of these. Yeah, there's just... Okay. I'll see if I can home in a radar homing missile on them, but I don't think I'll be able to. It doesn't appear as if they're actually transmitting anything. Unless I'm not reading that right. Let me just double check here. Surface search radar, strut curve, pop group. These are all radars. Can I classify it based on this? Alright, so it's possible that this is a Grisha, right? If this is transmitting, then it's probably a Grisha. It could be a Nanujka because they have the same systems. Either way, it's a small anti-surface ship combatant. I'm going to try and home a missile in on that radar, if that's what they have. Alright, let's go to Ray Gun, or Streetcar Flight 2. Let's verify they are in the air. We have one. We have his wingman right there. Excellent. Let's make sure they get formed up for us. Yeah, they're formed up.
Roger. Turn 348.
We're going to get them up to 20,000 feet.
Roger. Go to altitude 20,000. Roger. RTB. Roger. RTB. Roger. RTB. Roger. RTB.
I believe this guy's hostile as well. I'm going to go ahead and manually designate him.
Engage track 700. Roger. Turn 334.
So, if this is a Grisha, his surface to air capability is like 6 miles. It's not very long. What I'll do is I'll put a range circle around them of 12 nautical miles. Twice what I think their capability is. I just want to make sure I shoot from outside the circle. And our attacking flight's going to be streetcar. We don't want to be shooting over these merchants if we can help it, so I'm going to have him come over here. The streetcar 1 is just maintaining continuity of contact. I don't want to move him any farther out. I need to have him be protected by Fast Eagle Flight 3. Fast Eagle Flight 5, we should move him in front of the Air Force AWACS. We really want to keep those guys alive.
Roger. Turn 050.
So the long-range air search radar was right there. I assume the headquarters that we're supposed to target is somewhere in this area. Something that they haven't added to the game yet, and I don't know if they will, is when we have a building, a fixed target on land, we should know where it is if it's a public facility like a military base. So this headquarters, if it's at a military base, we should already have its location on the map here, but we don't. We have to go find it, which is kind of not realistic. But it does make the game more challenging, so I do appreciate that part. All right, so everybody's landing. Something that I think is a mod that I have installed that I need to fix is this carrier group's only landing one plane at a time. And so the air operations are very slow on this carrier right now. That's not normal, and I think I've got a mod that's making that happen, just making air operations very slow. So what I'm saying is one aircraft, and I'll select him, he's going to do this entire flight pattern for the next 10 minutes, 8 minutes or so, and then land. And then once he's on the deck, this one plane, he's going to transit over to this little elevator. The elevator will lower. He'll go inside the hangar for refuel, and then the elevator will come back up very slowly. This whole operation will take about 10 minutes. Once that is completely done, then the next airplane, this one right here, will start its run in. Right now they're just in this pattern overhead, waiting for this one plane to land. That's not how the game normally operates. I don't blame the game for that. I think I have a mod installed messing that up. So I do need to fix that. But again, it's making the game harder, so I'm not too worried about it. Let's go ahead and we're going to compress a little bit of time because we're trying to get Streetcar Flight 2 in position.
On station. On station.
Okay. Now, Streetcar Flight 2 is a flight of 2. I'm going to try and engage with one anti-radiation missile on this target.
Engage track 700.
I'm just curious if it'll even do it.
Whip it away.
Oh wow, it will.
Engaging track 7005. On station. Whip it away. Engaging track 7003. Track 7005 is classified. Whip it away.
Well, their point defense is pretty good because they shot that missile down.
Engage track 7004. Multiple hostile.
All right, he just lit off a radar. SAN-5.
Roger. Turn 20.
All right, so we know now that they're shooting SAN-5s. It's an OSA. OSA doesn't have SAN-5. This one does, though. Could be a Tarantal. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay. So let's go with Streetcar Flight 1. And I want you to engage the Tarantal, salvo of 4. Overwhelm him.
7005.
We're
Salvo
gonna watch.
fire.
He's going to shoot all 4 of these at one ship
Whip it away.
and overload its point defense. This will not sink the ship, but it will damage the radar to the point that it will be useless.
Roger, RTB.
Okay, we're going to watch this missile attack go in. Like the hammer from God, it's coming down on him. That's the SAN-5 right there.
Hit track 7005.
Oh, wow, he's on fire, too. All right, don't have a classification yet, but he's right there.
Roger, RTB.
Okay, so we have a couple OSAs and this unknown guy that does have surface-to-air missiles.
Roger, turn 199.
Okay. can't shoot a tomahawk into that mess. But if they come in front, yeah, once they get in front of the fleet, we can start taking them out for sure. I almost don't want to launch any more planes because it's taken so long to capture them. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to be patient here. This guy's probably dead in the water now.
On station.
Yeah, see, he's got SAN-5s. SAN-5 has a range of only 2 nautical miles. And the OSA doesn't have any surface-to-air missile. It's got ballistics, but not... come on. Here we go, unit reference. That's what I was talking about. The Sea Whiz, yeah, it's like 1 kilometer. This says 2 nautical miles. Okay. I suppose point defense. So, yeah, we'll just mark this at 6 nautical miles. We know this is very safe. This guy might actually sink because he's on fire. Not because of the damage of those anti-radiation missiles, but the fact that we set it on fire, if it spreads, could take him out. And I know he's a tarantula, but I can't seem to manually designate him that. I can manually designate him hostile. But I know he's a tarantula. Based on he's shooting SAN-5s. And he's small. And he has these radars right here. Oh, drum tilt. Yeah, I was calling it bass tilt. Bass tilt is 1 as well. Drum tilt, I guess, is specific for the OSA. But that's the point defense radar. It controls the little AK-230 30mm point defense weapons. So the aircraft carrier is going to slowly recover 1 plane at a time for the next probably an hour. Once we take care of these surface contacts, we've got to go find the headquarters, and I kind of don't know how I'm going to do that. I'm thinking maybe I can get the AWACS close to shore, and that may show targets for us. But I'm not getting the AWACS anywhere near this fleet, even though they're kind of neutered right now. I am curious to see if they will go... Will he transit in front of this merchant vessel? So there's a merchant. So we have 1, 2... We have all 3 of them right there. There should be a... Oh, we don't see him because we don't have a classification on him. But there's like a merchant right here. Okay. You know what we can do. Let's bring him down to 1,000 feet.
Roger, go to altitude. Roger, turn 246.
And I'll have him just kind of come to here. And that will identify him. I just want them illuminated on the screen so we can see how close they are. You can see they're definitely using the civilian shipping as cover, which is smart but also illegal under rules of war anyway. I don't think they care about rules of war right now. They're trying to use every advantage they have, whether it's illegal or not. But what they're doing is they're endangering the lives of these civilian sailors, right? That's why it's wrong. You can see the smoke right there. That's the Tarantal that this guy, or his other guy actually, shot. He's not sunk yet, but he is on fire. All right, we got visual on him. Excellent. So these guys are turning to engage the aircraft. That's kind of funny.
7016 is classified. Neutral merchant. Track 7017 is classified. Neutral merchant.
All right, so there are the merchants. This is actually an OSA. Merchant OSA. These OSAs are turning to engage with their guns, which is funny. That's an OSA. Oh, no. That's a merchant, yeah. Tarantal on fire. Merchant. OSA. Merchant. OSA. And that's a merchant over there. Okay. So we have a really good idea of who's who in the zoo now. I'm thinking about dispatching this ship here to go support the submarine in ASW warfare. So let's take our FFG. So remove him from the group.
Track 7014 is classified. Neutral merchant.
Okay, he's leaving formation. Sammy's on his own now.
Turn to course 010. Hell my.
Sammy's
Track
gonna
7015
head full.
is classified. Neutral merchant.
Alright, so we've got visuals on everybody except the rear end of the group. And there you go. Now you can see for sure 3 very large merchants with these OSAs paralleling their course, very close.
Track
If we shot a harpoon in here,
7010
the harpoon would see this large target and would
Neutral
likely go
merchant.
for it. So we can't shoot harpoons into this mess until we get some separation.
Track
let's get
7015
this last one classified, and then
is
we're gonna
classified. Neutral
pull him out a little
merchant.
bit.
Track 7013 is classified. Neutral merchant.
What I want to do is drag these OSAs in front of the group
Track
and then take them out.
7012 is classified. Neutral merchant. On station. Roger. Turn 23.
All right, let's get streetcar 1 back up to fuel-saving altitude, which 20,000 feet's
Roger. Go
good
to
for that.
altitude 20. Roger. Turn 188.
All right, we're still blinding these radars. And I'm going to try and keep everybody out here. I'm going to drag them towards our submarine, who is at periscope depth. Let's go ahead and raise his ESM mast. Where's ESM mast? Oh, there it is.
Raise the ESM mast.
Okay. Now, ESM mast right now doesn't do us a lot of good because we already know the classification of it, but if they're doing any communication, the E3 will be recording it, so will the AWACS, the E2, and so will the submarine. So we'll have lots of data packages coming into O&I after this mission for analysis. And this guy, he's still sitting up here with his sparrows. He's got a wingman somewhere, I think. Does he not have a wingman? Flight Eagle Flight 3. Let's do a status check. Oh yeah, he's a single ship now. If we see a large group coming in, we'll scramble somebody to relieve him. But he's good for right now. Fast Eagle Flight 5 is a 2-ship over there. And they still have plenty of fuel left, so I'm not at all worried about replacing them anytime soon. So right now we're just playing a waiting game. Oh, the Tarantal finally sank. It looks like a secondary explosion just happened. The magazine exploded, yeah. Probably one of these anti-ship missiles. Yeah, you can see the doors open. Yeah, this missile exploded. That's exactly what happened. Oh man, feels bad. Well, hopefully the crew abandoned ship before that happened. Otherwise, yeah. These guys are coming into range here. Sammy's doing his thing. So Sammy does have some anti-ship missiles. Still too close. There's not enough separation.
On station.
I'm going to take their helicopter off, the S-7 Bravo. ASW loadout. Doors opening up here. Just want to make sure everything's working okay. Oh my gosh. I think barely fits. Oh wow. That was a big helicopter. Alright. This boy airborne. There we go. That's what we want to see. Okay, where's he? There he is. All right, we're going to wait for him to give us the call that he's on station. All right. Well, he clearly is on station. He didn't give the call out, or I didn't hear it. That's all right.
Roger. Turn 287.
We're going to give him a move to position. And once he's doing that, we can have him actually
Roger. Turn 014.
perform something. All right. Looks like we do have some separation now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot a harpoon at this lead OSA. And if the chaff deflects my harpoon and it overshoots, it'll hit this OSA, probably. I just don't want to shoot in a line that has a merchant behind it. That's what I was looking for. So Tommy's actually in best position for this. So and he's already at 5 knots, periscope depth. We're going to launch one harpoon. Single shot at this OSA.
Engaging track 700. Bulldog away. Track 7003.
Beautiful. So while that harpoon's in flight, I want to check Sammy. He's at 23 knots. Okay, let's put Sammy's towed array out. And turn on his active sonar.
Transmit active sonar. Sonar eye.
Their radars are being blinded. So this missile should get very close before they try to defend themselves. OSA has good point defense, though. So we'll see how this works. As you can see, the point defense is on the bow. Oh, that's the base tilt. Drum tilt also, right there. And on the stern. So point defense guns are right there. Gonna try and get this done with one missile. I may have to shoot these in pairs. I'm just being very surgical because of the vicinity of collateral targets that we do not want to hit. Okay, the missile seeker's been activated. It locked onto a target. That's not a merchant, which is nice. If they deploy chaff, it could retarget this missile, so we got to be very careful here. All right, now the missile's definitely on their radar for sure. See if they can get their guns employed in time. Okay, guns are employed. It's just a matter of luck at this point. Will they get a hit? Or will we get a hit?
Hit track 7003.
Okay. Took out their radar. All right, let's confirm target hit to the captain of the Tommy. Ask him to engage a second target with a single missile.
Engage track 700. Bulldog away. Track 7004.
Beautiful. All right, this OSA is now dead in the water. Not sunk yet, but just a matter of time, I believe, at this point. So the smoke on the horizon marks the position of the OSA we just hit. This smoke trail right here is the next target. Okay, OSA just sank officially. You'll notice the pop-up maneuver is when it appears on the radar, and that's when they start engaging. I think if it didn't have the pop-up maneuver, they would never see it. It would be too late by the time if they did see it. Wow, that was dead center.
04.
Yeah, that eliminated the guys on the bridge right there. Now notice how the two weapons did not hit the same point of the ship. There are definitely different hit locations on all these ships, which is a credit to the game developers. Well done. Alright, this OSA is about as far between these two as they're going to get on this current course, so I'm going to go ahead and engage him. The captain, know that he has confirmed 2 kills. He can paint those on the sail whenever he gets back into port. And the admiral requests that he re-engage with a single harpoon on the northernmost OSA. Remember, north is to the left here, because the map is sideways.
Engage track 700. Bulldog away. Track 7002.
Just going to make sure that we're still jamming him. It says that he's not jammed, so I'm going to tell him to re-engage that.
Engage track 7002.
There we go. Yeah, there's a lot of civilian shipping here. This is not comfortable to watch. There's the other OSA. He's way too close to that merchant. Oh, he actually hit the weapon on that one. Surprised the weapon didn't explode. It probably will. Yeah. Let's take a look at this. This weapon will probably have a sympathetic detonation. These are anti-ship missiles, by the way, these 4. That's what makes these so dangerous, is they have a range of about 21 nautical miles, this missile does. So if this pack of 4 ships, there was 5 originally, got within 20 nautical miles, they could shoot 20 missiles at us, because 4 times 5. Yeah. The Tarantal might have had, I think he's got 6 missiles? No, he's only got 4, okay. Just checking. I was hoping this thing would do a secondary explosion, but not happened yet. Alright, confirmed target, yeah. Now this OSA's in a terrible position. I'm not going to shoot a missile at him because this guy right here. There's a good chance that if the harpoon fires at him, it sees this radar return, it will lock onto that. We're just going to wait. So we want to drop some sonar buoys here.
We'll go.
This guy's gonna do. We're still recovering aircraft because, yeah. Let's go ahead and replace our combat air patrol. I want to get some anti-submarine airplanes up. ASW, let's do a 2 flight. And then we got to figure out how we're going to crack this nut of finding headquarters. The headquarters is not on the map. So our orders are find the headquarters and bomb it.
Roger. Turn 351.
Let's take Fast Eagle Flight 5 and move into here.
Turn 352.
I want to make sure I keep my AWACS, you know, off the coast. This OSA's starting to get some bearing separation from this merchant a little bit.
On station.
Who's on station? Scout 1-1. Oh yeah, we just launched these guys right here. So we're replenishing the cap that's going to be over Panama. We're going from air superiority to air supremacy. And the way that I define that is that I have air superiority if I own the airspace with obviously radar sensors, ESM, and of course air-to-air aircraft with medium to long-range engagement, BVR engagement, beyond visual range. Which we've had that since just about the beginning. But once we know that the surface-to-air missile threat is eliminated, that's where I know I have free range with all aircraft, and that's air supremacy, as I define it. Air supremacy is important to include aircraft like the S-3 Vikings here that have absolutely no air-to-air capability. So we want to make sure these guys are well protected as they go looking for submarines. Alright, so let's come down here to Fast Eagle Flight 1.
Roger. Turn 063.
Let's have them get up to 20,000 feet.
Roger. Go to altitude 20,000.
Let's make sure both these guys are in the air. I don't see his wingman yet. There he is. Give his wingman just a moment here to catch up. Okay, let's go ahead and get these guys into the fight.
Roger. Turn 010.
Still not happy with that bearing separation. I could almost shoot him with an ad cap.
On station.
Yeah. An ad cap would be better because it's wire guided. I can make sure the ad cap does not go after a merchant. This guy should be laying down sonar buoys. There they go. So yeah, I have a decision to make here. I think I'm going to go ahead and decide to use a harpoon for efficiency, and it's a lot cheaper. Putting an ad cap on an OSA is very much overkill. So we are going to shoot one more harpoon from the submarine.
Engage track
At the OSA.
700. Bulldog away. Track 7001. Buoy away.
Nice. All right, our sonar buoy field is beginning. We're going to sweep this area for submarines. I don't want to launch any more aircraft. Once Streetcar 3 has landed, we're going to turn the battle group around. Steam back into the box up here.
On station.
Alright, so our E3 is on station. Right here. So let's make sure.
Air search on. Radar high.
So I don't know how we're going to do this. I mean, I suppose we have to get aircraft over land at some point. We could send the A7s maybe.
On station.
Here's our target.
Buoy away. Hit track 70.
That's a solid hit.
1.
Right on the bridge. Alright, so he's going to sink for sure. No doubt about that. Alright, Sammy's still transiting. He's got his active sonar on. I have 2 more planes to land, I think. These guys are loitering. Yeah, once we get the battle group turned around, I'll launch some A7s, and we're going to scour this area for any targets. I was hoping the E3 radar would help us illuminate, but it doesn't work that way apparently.
Buoy away.
That's the cap air cover above them right there. Look at that. So the APY-1 is an air and surface search, but apparently it doesn't include ground surface in terms of a jungle. I thought it did, but I know the Navy version doesn't. But I thought this Air Force version can track ground targets. I'm pretty sure it can, but apparently not in this game. Oh, this was my relief flight. Let's get these guys up here.
Turn 355.
We want these guys over here. So Streetcar's done his job. I think we're going to go ahead and I could RTB him, and by the time he gets down here, the battle group should be turned around. So, you know, I'll just get him flying south.
Roger. Turn 187.
This guy did a great job. He took out the long-range surface search radar, or air search radar, that was on Panama. And I'm kind of using this as a marker to assume the headquarters are in this area, but we really don't know that. So I can move Rook up here.
Turn 354.
How much fuel does he have? Oh, he's lots of fuel. So I'm just going to keep the offensive ECM in the direction of the headquarters of this radar, rather. Even though the radar is destroyed, there might be other radars in this vicinity that we don't know about because they're not operating yet. So I'm just going to get him close enough to be effective if they do light up. Alright, this is the last guy here. Once he lands, we're going to go ahead and turn the battle group around.
Buoy away.
We're compressing a little bit of time here.
Away.
It's going to fly right over this ship here. Put on a little air show for the crew.
On station.
How you doing, boys?
On station.
Everybody's on station, looking good. All right, wheels down. He's slowed down. Excellent. Hooks down. We'll watch this. Nice little trap here.
On station.
Beautiful. Good catch. Okay. So let's select the entire battle group and turn this puppy around, baby. Do a 180, boys. Let's make sure they're actually turning before I do anything else. Do you have a rudder on? Where's your rudder at? The rudder is not on. So this is what I'm talking about. He may not actually do anything until this guy is in the hangar and this elevator is returned to battery, which is this position here. Yeah. Interesting. It should not be doing that. Maybe we can see it better.
On station.
Door shuts. Elevator is coming back up. It's still performing air operations. That's the problem. Air operations were done whenever he's on the deck. Okay, now it's in formation. Now he's going to throw the rudder over and begin turning. There's the rudder. There's the turn. So our aircraft carrier is operating, very linearly, one thing at a time, one plane completely at a time, which is very, very slow. Also not realistic. That's not how it works. So let's take our scout flight and break this up. These are two ASW planes. I'm going to have him leave formation. If it lets me do this. Yep. Leave formation. So Scout 2, we want you to it's shallow water, so I'm going to do above the layer here. Sonar buoy field.
Roger that.
Right there. Let's go with intermittent.
Confirmed.
And what we're doing is we're looking for a submarine. Our initial intelligence report said that there would be a submarine supporting their operation, so we want to be very careful that in this choke point we don't run into something. The submarine could be anywhere. Obviously, it's not right here because it would be shooting us if it did. If it was there. Alright, so we're going to take our little marking tool here. And I want to mark, let's do 8 nautical miles for short-range missile defense. So I think any kind of shore-based surface-to-air missile can reach out to here. Unfortunately, we're going to have to go over land with A7s and visually identify targets. That's just how it's going to have to happen. Which puts our pilots at risk. We're going to lose planes to ground fire because of this. But we want to find the submarine, and we want to find the headquarters and bomb it. I have no idea where the headquarters is.
Buoy away!
We're just going to start a search around this radar position and work our way outwards from it. All right, we're going to drop an active sonar buoy now. Above the layer. Active sonar buoy. Right there. Also, I want you to put down your ESM mast.
Lower the ESM mast.
I want you to go below the layer, navigate below layer, just so I have an idea of where the layer is.
296.
See how shallow it is? Like, if there probably isn't a layer, but if there is, it's not very deep.
Buoy away!
And it's not going to be very strong either. But what I'll do is I'll do a below layer passive search with the submarine towed array, TB-16. And that will give us some good long-range detection. And I'll do one leg going north like we are now, and I'll do one leg going perpendicular to it. I forget north is to the left, I think, right? Oh, no. North is straight up. Okay. I was sideways. I didn't zoom out far enough to see. Okay, so north. Yeah, we are headed north. And the Panama Canal is like, I believe it's like right here. Where's Scout 1 at? What are you doing? Why are you loitering? Didn't you... Oh. Okay, what's Scout 2 doing? Oh, he's going to do both of those. That's cool. Scout 1. I want you to do... Center...
Confirmed.
Yeah, over there. We're looking for this dome submarine. So what I'll do is I'll lay down some passive sonar buoy fields, and then I'll drop just one or two, not many, just one or two active sonar buoys to see if I can get some kind of bistatic range detection. I could explain that, but I just know that that's how I do it. I do passive fields first, an entire field like we see here, and then I drop one active sonar buoy in the vicinity and then see what we get. Also, the active sonar buoy could spook the submarine, the hostile submarine, into making a mistake. Cavitating, panicking, launching countermeasure maybe. Depends really on how experienced he is.
Weapon away!
Weapon? No. Should be an active sonar buoy. Oh my god. I definitely did say drop us. Oh my god. How close is our submarine? Holy crap. Okay, let's move our submarine away. Oh my god. I might have just friendly fired myself. What the hell? This is so funny. All right.
New submerged submarine. Contact detected.
Oh, well, that freaked them out.
Buoy away!
Oh my god. Okay, here we go. Hostile. Where the hell's my airplane at? You. Check fire.
Cease fire. Track. Engage track.
Oh my god. So our mistake, our happy little mistake, led to something hilarious. Please go fast. Let's go ahead standard.
Ahead standard.
Make sure you're not Make sure you're not cavitating. What's your depth?
Track 70. Weapon away. Buoy away.
Yeah, we're just going to turn away from this weapon entirely. How far away is that weapon? Oh, this is right on top of him. Holy cow. This is going to be a good kill, I think. There's a real good chance this torpedo picks him up right away. And he's shallow. He's at periscope depth. He's at launch depth, this submarine is. Yep, there. Oh, he's diving. Yep. Okay, he's not at launch depth anymore. Oh, this is going to be a good... That was a good weapon drop. Okay, that's a countermeasure. Oh, the countermeasure might have spooked the torpedo.
Track 70.
We got him.
66.
He's not sunk yet, but we definitely hit him. Yes, he's sunk. He died right there. We still don't know what he is, but he died. The only thing left are 2 noisemakers. Awesome. I'm going to drop an active sonar buoy right here. I'm still doing a torpedo evasion from my own weapon. Because the helicopter accidentally dropped a torpedo instead of an active sonar buoy. But then I realized I told it to do that. And we have a friendly submarine very close. So we're turning away from our own weapon here.
Buoy away! Buoy away!
All right, how's our fleet? Okay, good. Let's go ahead and let's have you RTB.
Roger, RTB.
Let's go with flight deck. I need some A7s up in the air. And some bombcats, too. Long range. All right, I'm going to try and use the standoff range of the walleye. Let's put walleye on 2 of these bad boys. And then the other 2 are going to be straight up heavy. Mark 82. Yep.
On station.
And then for my bombcats, I'll go with the precision strike, the GBU-12s.
On station.
We get all these guys rolled out.
Buoy away!
So it's going to be 3 A7s and 2 F-14 Bravos.
Buoy away! Buoy away!
You know what's cool about this? Is look at the loadout on the
Buoy
plane.
away!
That's a GBU-10 on an F-14. And that's something beautiful right there, folks. That is something beautiful.
Buoy away!
Okay, let's get everybody to where they need to be. All right, I think your evasion was good. Let's go ahead and slow you down. Head 2/3.
Head 2/3. Maneuvering aye.
And come up above the layer.
Make my depth.
Because you're way too close to the bottom.
6. Dive aye.
I'm also not going to drive my frigate right into this torpedo. This torpedo will run for the next 45 minutes or so. So, all right, let's grab our A7s that we just took off. Let's get them up to 20,000 feet.
Go to altitude 20,000. Roger. Turn 0, 0, 0. Roger. Go to altitude 2. Roger. Turn 0, 1, 9. Roger. Go to altitude 2, 0, 0, 0, 0.
I'm just getting them up to altitude where they don't burn a lot of fuel transiting. That's all that is. So we have Fast Eagle 5 protecting our E3 here. We have Fast Eagle 1 in position to protect the A7s that are coming up. We have Rook here providing electronic warfare support if anybody pops up. I have a range circle here marking 8 nautical miles from the coast, which I think is going to be the maximum surface to air engagement range. This just gives me an idea of, you know, when things might get a little bit hairy. All right, we're going to compress some time because everybody's just transiting right now. We basically want to find a headquarters. I have the helicopter over top of the torpedo, kind of babysitting it. That's all he's doing. You know what's funny is the merchants. The merchants are coming into where the torpedo is. That's not good. I think the torpedo just ran out of fuel during our time compression, because I don't see it anymore. Also, that Mark 46 should never hit a surface ship, so we got that going for us. Alright, so these guys are almost done transiting. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to run the A7s in one at a time.
On station.
Everybody's on station. Excellent. So Streetcar 2 is a flight of 2. We're going to break this up. Leave formation. So now we have 3 individual A7s, essentially. I'm going to have you come down to 500 feet? 500 feet.
Roger. Go to altitude 5, 0, 0.
Right. He's contestant number 1.
Surface search on.
I'm going to put his radar on.
Multiple ground contacts detected.
Yay, we found him. Okay. So what we want to do here, I'm going to take one of our bomb cats. I'm going to leave him in formation, but I want him to bomb this target here.
Engaging track 7, 0, 6, 9.
So the A7s do have a ground search radar that can see targets on land. That's huge. Also, we're at 20,000 feet. I don't think I can bomb from 20,000 feet. We're going to find out. GPU-10 bomb is... from 60,000 feet you can bomb. Okay, great. So he should be able to bomb and stay at 20,000. 20,000 should keep him above most air artillery, but it will not protect him from SAMs. So At 20,000 feet, I'm hoping he can release his bomb over the water and see what happens here.
Roger, turn 029. Surface search on. Radar eye.
Turning all the surface search radars on for our A7s.
Surface search on. Radar eye.
And should navigate down to 500 feet on this
Roger,
end.
go to Roger, turn
And we're going to check this area for any targets.
7.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and separate him from formation. So we have 2 Bombcats and 3 A7s operating independently right now. My main concern is any kind of surface-to-air missile attack on him. The Rook, I want you to shift your...
7069 is classified. Hostile building. New ground contact detected. Track 70.
Bomb the building, my friend.
Is classified. Hostile building. New ground contact detected.
Okay, nothing over
On
there.
station. On station.
You know what we can do is we can launch Tomahawks against these guys. I almost want to call this off and launch the Tomahawks. We'll see how heavy this gets. Hopefully it's not too heavy. The target is right around where those trees are at. Right around this area. Fuel tanks, you can see them right there. That's the target. No SAM launch detection yet. You should be able to release any time now. There's 2 sets of oil tanks that we want to take out. Come on, brother, drop the bomb.
Bombs away.
All right, he's not turning away, which is concerning. He's going to fly over the target.
Hit track 7069.
Okay, now he's egressing. No fire, so that's a good sign. No enemy fire. The fuel tanks are on fire.
7070.
All right, he's turning to engage. He's going to open... I thought he was going to open datum, but he didn't. All right, we're going to watch the bomb drop on this one. This is a GBU-10. This is a very large bomb. This might be the headquarters because I don't see any fuel. This might be the main target here.
Hit track.
Okay, no, it's a fuel dump.
70.
Okay, awesome. Let's move the streetcar over to here.
Turn 040.
So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to get visual identification on these other targets. You know, I don't want one to be an aspirin factory before we bomb it. The Bombcat is too far up in the air to visually identify the ground target, which is why I have to bring this guy in.
Track 7072 is classified. Hostile building. Track
That's all we needed.
7071
Just want to make sure that it wasn't a schoolyard.
Multiple ground. Engaging track 7072.
Somebody's being engaged. I can't tell who. It might be streetcar here. Are you being engaged? Somebody just lit off a radar. Yeah, that's what it was.
On station.
Let's move streetcar 2 up to
Roger.
here.
Turn 0.
Streetcar 4.
Roger.
Over
Turn
here.
340.
There we
Track
go. Coastal artillery, baby. That's what we're looking for.
7075 is classified. Hostile building. Ceasefire track.
GBU-12 on this guy.
Engaging track 7075.
This coastal artillery can shoot down airplanes, so we want to be very careful with him.
Bombs away. Bombs away.
Crap. Ooh, where'd they go? That one missed. That one definitely missed.
Ceasefire track. Engaging track 7 on station. Bombs away. Roger. Turn 307. New ground contact detected.
Ooh. Okay.
Roger. Turn 156.
So something's going on with the GBU 12's not getting anywhere near the target. Let me double check the weapon parameter on that one. Yeah, 60,000 feet. So we're inside the weapons envelope. Engagement envelope.
Roger. Turn 133.
Alright. What does streetcar have for weapons? AGM 62. Let's do the walleye
On
attack
station.
on that one.
Engaging track 7071.
Oh, wait. Check fire, check fire.
Cease fire, track.
I need you to get up to
Roger,
6,000.
go to altitude 6000.
What's the engagement envelope for
On
that?
station.
500 to 60,000, so yeah. Somebody's being attacked. Is it you? Who the hell's being attacked?
On station.
Yeah, it is him. What the hell? Okay.
Engaging track 7071. Engage track 7072. Bombs away!
So this bomb, yeah, it's definitely being guided, so
Bombs away!
it's got a target.
New ground contact detected.
Oh
New
my God.
ground
There's a
contact
lot of
detected.
them. Ooh, this is a power plant.
Hit track 7072. Track 7074 is classified. Hostile building. Track 7073 is classified. Hostile vehicle. New ground contact detected.
Good secondaries on that one.
Roger, turn 187. New ground contact detected. On station.
No, oh boy.
Roger, Buster. Roger, go to altitude. Roger, turn 200. Engaging track 7075.
This guy's got some bombs on him. Let's drop,
Bombs away!
what's your altitude? He's at 6,000? He's at 500. Let's get him up to 3,000 feet.
Roger, go to altitude 3000.
That's the minimum safe altitude to drop this guy at. It says 80. That's not safe at all. All right, so this should be dropping on that coastal artillery. Oh, there he is. Yep.
Hit track.
That's what was shooting at our airplanes.
7075. Roger, turn 138.
Oh, the Bombcat's working fantastic because he can stay above the artillery range. So there's no anti-air at him. As long as they don't have SAMs, there's nothing they can do about this guy up here. He's impervious. And the bombs are guiding pretty well. I think we've missed 2 so far. This is our last GBU-12.
Engage track 7076. On station.
Okay. What's your altitude? 20,000?
On station.
So we lost that target, it looks like. So I need somebody that's low.
Roger. Turn 29.
I'm just going to try and reacquire this target visually, and then we'll attack him with the bombcat. We found the headquarters. This guy's going to attack the headquarters. Should be a target over here on the right hand side. This pilot's very busy, but I hope he sees him.
Dropping tanks.
Who's dropping tanks? Streetcar 4 is. Okay, so that's good. He does see him, yay.
New ground contact detected. Engage track 7080.
Oh no.
Engage track 7079. Track
Ooh.
7081 is classified. Hostile building.
I think we have our radars?
Track 7080 is classified.
Oh my god.
SAM site. Bombs away. Track 7079 is classified. Bombs away.
Oh boy. Yeah, we're bombing SAM sites. I did not intend on this to happen, but
New ground contact detected.
I'm keeping the camera on him just to be sure.
Hit track 7079.
Alright, we got SA-10 down. Awesome. This guy's going after SAM as well. Oh my god, these are
Roger, RTB.
those are very deadly SAMs. Okay, is that bombcat going home? Yes. Okay, next bombcat. You're at 20,000 feet.
Roger, turn 315.
I think what we're going to do here is we're just going to drop a salvo of 2 GBU-12s. I guess they only let me do them one at a time on this headquarters. So let me get streetcar 3. He needs to get up here and identify this target for me.
Roger, turn 031.
So you need to get down to 3,000 feet or so.
Roger, go to altitude 3000.
So he's going to be the eyes. He's putting eyeballs on that headquarters. Just to verify target. Like, we've already got it marked here in gray. And the bombcat's going to come in and drop some heavy bombs on it. That's the primary target. Everything else is, you know, bonus points. I think the reason why the SA-10s were not shooting at us was that we had taken out the P-10 radar. I think this radar was providing fire control information to these. Oof. Where are you at, man? I need you to be looking at this target for me. There it is. There it is. Okay, Bombcat 1. Engage. GBU 12, GBU 10. Headquarters.
Engage track 7074. Roger, turn 141.
Okay. Bombcat should still have target, even though we didn't have visual on it.
On station.
Let's see if he actually drops the bomb here.
Roger, RTB.
That was one of our caps, our RTBing.
Bombs away.
Okay, good. He dropped the bomb anyway because it's a building, it's not moving. We have recent information of right where it's at. You can actually see through the cloud cover again. Actually, that's Streetcar 1 turned back into the target. Headquarters is right around here somewhere. We're going to watch this bomb go in. If I can click it. Give me that bomb. There he is. Yeah, there we go. It's got the flag. It's got the headquarter building.
Hit track
And we definitely hit it.
7074.
That's going to take a lot. You know what we're going to do? We're going to T-lam this thing. Come on, Valley. How many do you have? 8. Give me a salvo of 8 on this headquarters.
Engaging track 7074. Salvo fire. Greyhound away.
Yeah, all these Greyhounds should take off.
7074. Greyhound away. Track 7074.
Excellent. Okay, now that the Bombcat's overhead, we might as well take advantage of this.
Engage track 7071.
So I'm going to drop a heavy bomb on this factory over here.
Bombs away.
That's the factory right below us. It's already got some damage. That was the walleye hit it.
Hit track 7071.
This was a much bigger bomb, and it definitely took it out.
Weapon air, bad track type.
Oh, I chose the wrong bomb. Okay, let's choose bomb GP12.
Engage track 7072.
These bombs should drop here. Actually, he's opening up some range to come back in.
Ceasefire track.
Okay, I'm gonna get him turned around.
056.
And we're going to use the GBU-12 on this one.
Engage track 7072. Bombs away!
Watch his bomb come in. This is the GBU-12 here. A little bit smaller than the GBU-10. GBU-10's a big boy. But there you can see the factory.
Hit track 7072.
Still not taking any fire. What's the flight time on our missiles here? Just a few minutes. Okay. I do want to check what is the exact bomb weight of the GBU-10. Laser guided, high impact, 2,000 pound bomb. Okay. And so that means the GBU-12 is 1,000? No, it's 500. Yeah, much smaller. Well, much smaller. Okay.
On station. Ceasefire track. Roger. Turn 06.
Okay, we're going to turn back in and bomb them again.
Engaging track 7072. Bombs away!
I really hope this isn't a baby formula factory. Hey, we're at war with Panama. We're bombing their industry. We've already hit this target twice. It should be on fire. I don't see any smoke, though.
Hit track 7072.
Oh. Pretty resilient factory. Where's our missiles at? Here they come. This wave of missiles right here should take out the headquarters. All right, we're going to drop a GBU-12 on that ZSU.
Roger. Turn 071. Roger. Turn 189. Engaging track 7081. Bombs away!
So right here on the beach is this little twin gun, depending on the ZSU type, but I believe this is the older twin gun variant of mobile anti-aircraft fire, ZU-23. It's basically a tank chassis with 2 anti-aircraft guns on it. You can see it right there. This one's not mobile at all.
Hit
Nope.
track 7081.
That was a towed one. So he's toast. These bombcats are amazing. These are pretty wild. These tanks might have moved, but I'm going to try and put a bomb on them anyway.
Engaging track 70.
We'll see. We'll see if they've moved. We haven't had visual on these tanks in a few minutes.
Bombs away.
So the thing that made the Bombcat so effective is we eliminated the air search radar that allowed the high altitude and medium altitude surface-to-air missiles from engaging. So we're above infrared missile range. They can't shoot past 20,000 feet. And the anti-air artillery can't shoot past 20,000
Hit
feet.
track 70.
And that tank was there. Is he dead? Well, we don't see him yet. He must not be dead if we don't see him. Okay, here come our missiles. Let's see what this looks like. So we have this angle. What we'll be able to do is we'll be able to watch the missile attack happen. Where's the water at? There we go. It's right here. All right, the missiles are already over the land here. You can actually hear them.
On station. Hit track 7074.
This should definitely destroy it. All right, well, we might have hit a couple of apartment buildings along the way, you know. It's probably barracks anyway. Still a military target. All right, it's on fire. Good strike, good strike. All right, let's take the Bombcat. Oh, hey. What's that? That's a friendly. All right, let's not bomb any more tanks because looks like there's an engagement happening and some of them are not hostile. So what we're going to have to do then, let's launch all the other Bombcats. We need a strike position, paveway 10s. Oof. We could do strike heavy. Oh, strike heavy sounds like a really fun thing to do. All right, let's do strike heavy. Let's do a 4-ship. 4-ship of strike heavy. And then if they don't get the job done for whatever reason, a 2-ship of strike precision will follow up and finish off the base. All right, let's get these guys in the air.
On station.
Bombcat 7-1 is on station. No, he's not. He made the call, but he's not on station yet.
On station.
3-1? Yeah, 3-1's on station for sure. Yeah, this is 7-1 here. They're not on station. Look at that. They're still on the deck. Good thing I checked. Okay, so we want you guys to go to 20... let's just go 10,000 feet.
Roger. Go to altitude 1000.
And for dropping the Mark 82 and 84, yeah, you can be at pretty much any altitude it says, but obviously the lower they are, the better. So our precision bombers...
Roger, go to altitude 20,000.
Why are they not in the air? Oh no. Okay, good. Looks like they are going to take off. I thought it was broken.
On station.
Okay, these guys are taking off. Awesome. Let's grab them from the menu. This is Bombcats Flight 7. Where's your wingman at? Okay, we'll get these guys over here.
Roger,
So
turn 0.
they're going to be up here at 20,000 feet, ready to come in and finish off anything that remains. This Bombcat has 2 bombs remaining. You know what? I want you to put one of those bombs on this industry right
Engaging
here.
track 7072.
The whole purpose of Streetcar 3 here is just to keep an eye on things, like literally. Like we have radar on things, but we also want to have visual. So, and he's not being engaged.
Bombs away.
And yeah, there's definitely friendly tanks in the area, so. We're not going to destroy any more tanks because I don't know who's who. This is that factory that we've been bombing with 500-pound bombs. Looks like it's got a water treatment area, a cooling tower or cooling pool.
7072.
Yeah, I don't know if these bombs are large enough to have any effect because it's not even setting it on fire. So I might be wasting my time, but I'm not going to bomb any more tanks. I've agreed to that because the engagement down there is too chaotic to give good air support. So these guys are going to come in and just drop everything on the headquarters. This is a flight of 4, and they have got a stack of bombs. 682s and 283s and 284s. Like, these guys are ready to rock. Look at the size of these bombs. These things are huge. So the Mark 84 is the 2,000-pound bombs at the bottom. You see there? That's the big boys. Mark 82, 500-pound bombs, center line. And the Mark 83, 1,000-pound bombs, low drag, dual purpose. Looks like those would be the ones on the wings. So 2,000-pound bombs under the engines, 1,000-pound bombs on the wings. Center line is multiple 500-pound bombs. It's a very good loadout. We're going to bomb from 3,000 feet. We're at 10,000 feet right now. We're about to come down to 3. Eagle Flight 7's on the way as well.
Roger, RTB.
Alright, Bombercat Flight 3, make your altitude 3,000 feet for the bomb run.
Roger, go to altitude 3,000.
We're going to do a level bombing run from 3,000 feet. I want to drop everything. I don't know if he'll let me do that. So we're below the cloud cover. That's the purpose of coming down to that. Plus, the bomb drop will be much more accurate. These are unguided dumb bombs. So
Roger. Turn 022.
let's get everybody in formation. Yes. Okay. Just waiting on the target to be highlighted again.
Engaging track 7074.
So all four should fall in line. Let's see if they do that. They should get nose to tail here. Unless they're going to bomb in a wedge. I mean, if the target's big enough, you could do that. No, there they go. Okay, they're tightening up now. Oh my god. What the hell? Oh my god. Oof. These are about to be some big explosions, boys. Hey, it's raining.
Hit track 70.
Yes, we did it. Okay, all primary targets are neutralized. The radar installation's offline. Enemy SAM sites are suppressed. Wow, easy for me to say. High value infrastructure eliminated. Naval resistance is neutralized. No significant forces lost. Awesome. Great job. And let's see what our score is. Oof. Destroyed that headquarters. We even took out a couple of barracks buildings just to be sure. All right, let's go ahead and hit exit. And we could have spent the time to destroy one more industrial building. We even had it targeted. We did lose one F-14 during the entire engagement, and that was during our 12v4 MiG-21 BIS, which is a good upgrade to the MiG-21 against our F-14s. And we got all 12 of them, but they managed to get a missile off that shot down one F-14. But max score, great victory, fun scenario. It's available in the workshop. It's called Strike on Panama. The thumbnail says something about Operation Just something else. It's not Just Cause. It's something just... But whenever you look at it and download it, it's Strike on Panama. That's where you'll find it. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. This has been really fun.